Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a review on the Safari. I actually don't know how to pronounce this guy. Here's a review on it. Yeah, I'll show the name off for if anyone that does know how to pronounce this can pronounce it. But yeah, here's the name of the species. I'm just gonna call it, I don't know, Malawisaurus, I guess. But yeah, so we'll just, for the rest of the video, guys call it Malawisaurus. But anyways, let's get this tag off of it real fast. Which, funny thing about this figure is that, I got it from a Petco, which is very weird. I've never seen a pet store that just had dinosaur figures, more specifically safari figures. But, so these figures were here, and also this guy was really weirdly priced. If you've seen in our other review, a little bit of a spoiler, Megalocerops, that was only $9, and this figure is very similar in size to that, and, this one was like $23, which is very weird. I don't know why. And also there were other sauropods, for example, the Amargasaurus, which is, I'd say, 2 or 3 times bigger than this figure, and it was only like $18. So, yeah, someone needs to figure out that pricing. In fact, I think this was one of the most expensive dinosaur figures they had there in general. It's really weird, but this is a nice figure, so let's jump into the review. So first, we have the head, which looks very nice. And I think there's a little bit of scuff marks on the head, but it's good. We also have these nice spikes on top of its head, which I think just bring out a lot more uniqueness to this figure, along with the color pattern going down the neck. Then once we get to the body, we get a bunch of bumps on it, which kind of resembles Allosaurus spikes. But, yeah. Then as we go down this figure even longer, we have a tail which is a little bit rubbery, though I am very scared of this figure's tail just snapping off. I have another figure which its tail actually just snapped off of it, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, there's not too crazy for the detailing, but the parts that do have a lot of detailing are really nice. Also has the correct digits on the toes and on the hands. One thing I do have to say about this figure is if you look at it from the front, it is very thick, I can say that at least. A very wide figure. But that is very interesting. Also, let's see the text at the bottom of this. But, yeah. This guy is pretty cool, honestly. And the detailing is also extremely well. Now, let's get on to the size comparison. This figure measures in at about a whopping 13 inches. And at the top of the head, which is the highest point, only, I would say, about 3.5 inches. Which is a pretty decent size, but, again, it's not super big. Next, let's compare it to the Megalocerops, which was in the other review, which, again, you can see these figures are very close in size. Very similar. In fact, I actually could probably say the Megalocerops is a little bit heavier, but yeah, I don't know why this guy is more pricey. But, yeah. He is still a very nice figure, though, in my opinion. I do recommend this guy, I don't know if the price is like this everywhere, but just where I got it from, it was very pricey. Next, let's compare it to a few more safari figures. Actually, a lot more safari figures. So first, we have it compared to the Carnegie Collection Velociraptor. Then, we have it compared to the Golden Dunkleosteus. Then, let's compare it to the Carnegie Collection... Let me fix that. Carnegie Collection Oviraptor, along with the Safari Tylosaurus, which it pairs up with very nicely. Then next, let's compare it to the Carnegie Collection Sinraptor. Then after that, let's compare it to the Carnegie Collection Carnotaurus. And along with that, also the not Carnegie Collection, just normal Safari Ammonite. Next, along that, we do have 2 more Carnegie Collection figures, which are the 2 Baryonyxes that I own, which also go very nicely with this figure. And last but not least, here is the Safari Kronosaurus, which absolutely dwarfs this figure. But, yeah, that's almost everything. Let me just take this Kronosaurus out of the way. And here's the Megalocerops, just again, put it back up here. I did forget one other figure in the other review of the Megalocerops, which I was missing this figure, but there's another figure I completely forgot about, but let me go grab that. Here is the very unfortunate Diplodocus, well, Safari Diplodocus, which it's in pretty good condition, though it does have a little bit of a few paint marks on it. The main issue with this figure is the head is completely missing, which I think I do have the head somewhere, but I just literally had this figure and I set it down and the head just snapped off, which is very unfortunate because this is a really nice figure. And I'll probably try again at some point to try and reattach the head, but I think it's no use, unfortunately. I've tried for years getting the head to stay on. But I hope that doesn't happen to this figure, and that's why when I got this figure, I was really scared transporting this. I didn't want the head, neck, or tail to break. But, yeah, especially since the tail, I'd say, is a little bit less rubbery than the Diplodocus tail and less forgiving. But, yeah. The Diplodocus, anyways, dwarfs it in size. Anyways, for my final thoughts on this figure, it is a very nice figure, and it's still not worth the price that it's at, but it's still a very nice figure. And if you can find it for a reasonable price, I recommend picking it up. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.